We are so excited that you guys signed up for this amazing event. Of course, guys have been going and seeing the way cryptocurrency seems to be a scam, but hey, look, we are here just to give you what you really need to know and understand what cryptocurrency is, just making sense of it. And as the theme says, unlocking new opportunities. Why should you pay attention to cryptocurrencies? We need to understand why you should be paying attention to cryptocurrency. Straight to the agenda. So today we're going to be having the program tour and answers to questions submitted by attendees during registration. So guys have been sending in their questions. So we'll have an amazing session where we'll have the answers, their questions answered, and then we'll have a demonstration on how to buy and sell crypto. Yeah, so if it's the first time you're learning about crypto, you're in the right place, guys. You're in the right place. Today we are going to learn how to buy and sell. Not entirely, yes, but at least you're going to understand that this is not a scam. Then we are going to have a speech from our event sponsor. As I had mentioned before, Modibe is in the house. Hi Modibe, good to see you. And he's from Paxful. Yeah, he's gonna tell us more about it. And thank you guys for even, putting your hand out there just to ensure that this event goes on well, and we'll be glad to hear from you. And of course, from there, we'll have more details regarding cryptocurrency and why you need to consider even taking up the program. We are so lucky to have trainers who understand this particular type of investment. It is an investment, by the way. And we have Michael Kimani in the room. Hi, Mike. I can see you looking all shiny and bright. Good to see you. So good evening. Yes, Michael Kimani is the lead instructor, founder of the Blockchain Association of Kenya. So we are dealing with the poncho. He's the real G now and creator of Crypto Baraza. So he has got 7 years of experience working with blockchain innovation projects such as Emerging Future Labs, ZP, EOS, blockchain. I'm sure you're going to tell us what that means. And then we have Chama Pesa, Bit Pesa, CryptoVest, and Umati Blockchain Limited, and many more. Yeah, so we are hearing from the honcho himself, Karibu Sana, Michael Kimani. Then we have Kevin Kamau. Kevin, I can't see you. Kevin, he's a telecommunications engineer that is from 2013 to 2017. So guys, we are dealing with experts. I hope you can see me. I need this light so that you're not very dark. So I need this light just to look bright and to share the brightness with you. Anyway, he's written about Bitcoin on www.kimothokamau.com. So if you want to find out more about Mr. Kevin, just log on to www.kimothokamau.com. His role in Bitcoin revolves mostly around the technical aspect, building applications, trading, consulting for individual clients, and training with cryptocurrency and Crypto Baraza. Imagine those are the trainers. Those are our trainers. Then the lady who's behind cryptocurrency at Centonomy is Sylvia Ngahu. Her number is there. She's a very amazing lady. She's a go-getter. So definitely we are going to learn more about that. So guys, I know given an opportunity, I can speak and speak and speak, but we're here to learn about cryptocurrencies. So I'll hand this over to Michael. Michael, as we wait for Michael just to come in. So I just want to give over this floor to you. Take it away, Michael.
Thank you so much, Maureen. Hi, everyone joining us from Facebook.
I can't hear you, Michael.
Oops. Hello, can you hear me now?
Sorry about that. We're trying to get that sorted out. It is.
Can you hear me? Yeah.
I can hear you, Mike. All right, good. Somebody can hear you loud and clear. Thank you. We can hear you. Okay, right. So Michael, go ahead.
Thank you so much, guys. Sawa. Yeah, they can hear me. So thank you so much, Maureen, for that great introduction. And thank you to everyone who's joining us from Facebook. Hey, everyone from Facebook and everyone who's joining us today on Zoom. So like Maureen mentioned, I'm going to talk about a bit. We're going to have an overview of what you should expect from the class that some of the classes that we've been doing with Centonomy. This is our 3rd season with Centonomy doing these classes. We've had like about 30 people for each of these classes, and these people are they're from all sorts of backgrounds. Some of them are from Biashara, some of them are from corporate work, Some of them are old, some of them are young. So we've really had a very good mix of people coming through our class, and all of them always say this was an excellent course for them. 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10 rating. So like Maureen said, Kevin and I are usually the facilitators for this course. We both have lots of years of experience in Bitcoin, in cryptocurrencies, in blockchain. So Kevin will talk a bit about his experience, but my personal experience is from about 2013, and I've been in all sorts of roles, as a business development person, as a marketing person, as a founder, as an advisor. So I've really been in this industry for so long, and I'd like to tell you right now that this is going to be one of the biggest industries in the coming years. So I'm glad that you made a decision to come and learn, okay? So let me start by walking you through some of the things that we usually learn in this course called Making Sense of Bitcoin and Other Cryptocurrencies. It's a 5-week course. We used to do it offline, but after Corona, as all of you guys know, everything has had to go online. So nowadays we're doing, much of the classes, we're doing them online via Zoom, but the quality hasn't changed. Yeah, the quality hasn't changed. We usually have 5 weeks of this class, and every week we have about 2 hours of sessions on Fridays. I think it's usually around from 5:30 to 7:30. And the class is split up into 5 different courses. Kevin usually takes care of 3 of those courses, 3 of those modules in that class, and I take care of two modules. Yeah, so let's go to the first slide, yeah, because the first slide shows the first session that we usually have, which is, could you please pull up the slide showing the first module? Yes, thank you, Tessie. Let's get to, yes, thank you. So the first one is usually Introduction to Bitcoin, Altcoin, and Digital Assets. I'm sure all of you have heard a lot about like digital currencies and cryptocurrencies and virtual currencies. You know, all these confusing terms. Yeah. Facebook has a new Facebook coin that they're launching. China also has their own digital currency. Then there's Bitcoin. Then there's the Bitcoin scams. Then there's the Twitter hacks and the Bitcoins. So digital currencies and cryptocurrencies, these are also many terms, but they're really simple. And in this class, we usually what we do is we break this down for you, and we just help you understand, like, what are these digital currencies? Where does Bitcoin fit in? You know, where do these things derive their value? You know, I'm sure you've met a lot of your friends, maybe your family members, some people you work with, who will tell you that Bitcoin is a scam, you know, or cryptocurrency is a scam, you know, and I don't blame them. Maybe they don't know enough. But when you come through this class, the first module, we will try and just unpack these concepts for you, so that you can have a better understanding of what these things are, where they derive their value from, how are they fitting in the world, their use cases. And I can tell you from all my years of experience, from all my 7 years of experience, I can tell you that Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies they're only going to grow. Yeah, so it's not going to collapse. It's been 10 years and it still hasn't collapsed. So this is an industry that's here to stay. The first time I got into cryptocurrencies, when I got into this industry, was around 2013, and the price of 1 Bitcoin was around 15,000 Kenya shillings. Yeah, and right now, if you look up on Google, you see that the price of 1 Bitcoin is 900,000 Kenya shillings. Yeah, so I've really seen it all. I've seen the ups and downs. I've seen people come and go. People say this thing is a scam. This thing is a con. But every year, crypto and Bitcoin just keeps on proving them wrong. You know. So this is a class that's really going to help you, this first module. And I'll hand over to Kevin, who usually handles the next module, and he can talk a bit about what we cover in the second module. Maybe Tessie, you can share the slide so everyone can see. Hello, Kevin.
Hello, yeah, I'm here. So my name is Kevin Kamau, as I've been introduced by Maureen and Michael. And I've been in crypto since first time was 2015, attended my first meetup, met Michael. Then I was in and out of the community through 2015, 16, 17, until 17, 18, when I decided to quit my previous job as a telecoms expert and start understanding what is crypto, learn how to code, learn how to trade, learn how to just how this whole ecosystem works. So we started doing this class last year, November, and this will be the third class. So so on the second day, after Michael has done all the introduction of what's Bitcoin, what's an altcoin, what is blockchain, what are digital assets, what is Libra, has done all the introduction. Then I come to the actual buying. This is where you start actually to be engaged yourself and using your smartphone, using your laptop. You're going to sign up into exchanges, into marketplaces. We're going to tell you which exchange should you use when you want to buy Bitcoin, which other exchanges would you use when you want to buy other coins, where do you go when you want to do margin trading, where do you go when you want to buy futures. A lot of discussions around these. We also talk about the wallets. Like after you buy Bitcoin, the most important thing is how you actually store it, and how you store it in a way that other people around you, like especially your next of kin, would know how to access your assets in case anything happens to you. So we go into inheritance planning. We go into how you can use maybe a hardware wallets, how you can use even multiple wallets. Like for example, a family can have two of their members controlling one wallet, such that funds cannot move from one wallet without the other person's approval. So we go into all the ins and outs of wallets and exchanges and where to do this. And I think at some point in this session, I'm going to do a demo, show you how you can buy Bitcoin on one of the exchanges, which is paxful.com. And also we have them as sponsors for this event. Thank you. I think I'll hand over to Michael to go through the next module.
Okay, thanks, Kevin. I think there's a mistake there. The next module should be the cryptocurrency ecosystem. And the cryptocurrency ecosystem, Kevin, I think you're the one who usually covers this, right? So okay, there's a problem with that. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So the other module that we have, which happens to be very popular among students, is when we're doing the opportunities in crypto ecosystem. So once you get into Bitcoin, once you buy your first Bitcoin, you want to buy Ethereum, you want to buy EOS, you want to buy Chainlink, you start discovering, oh, there's this and this, there's this and this, there's mining, there's people talking about staking, there's people talking about investing in Bitcoin companies, there's people who are programming and writing smart contracts for some of these coins, there's community managers, there's all this and thing, everything happening in the ecosystem. We get to talk about it in here, and then we tell you where to go if you want to know about something. We discuss what are the risks, what are the merits, what we have seen over the years happening in a certain industry. Like we can tell you what has been happening in mining for the last 4 years. We can tell you what about staking, etc. So we go through all these in the ecosystem. Yeah, so I think Michael, you can do the other module.
Yeah, so the other module from what I'm looking at here is module 4, which is usually about regulation, risks, and opportunities of Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. So, I mean, Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies are really new. And unfortunately, there's been some people who've been taking advantage of the fact that there's a lot of you out there who don't know much about it. And I'm sure you guys have heard about things like BitClub and cloud mining and there's so many scams out there that have really wamechukua pesa za watu wameenda nazo, And in this module, we really try and break down the structure of those kind of scams. How can you identify what is a scam and what is not? You know, how can you identify what is a risky cryptocurrency that maybe doesn't look legitimate, and what is a cryptocurrency that looks like it has potential? You know, we also talk about like the regulatory status of these cryptocurrencies and Bitcoin, because in Kenya, we noticed a lot of you, even when you're writing questions to us, a lot of you are asking, is this thing legal in Kenya? You know, are there legitimate platforms? How do I secure my money? How do I recover my money if I lose it? You know, so there's a lot of ambiguity around the regulatory status of these cryptocurrencies, and that has allowed some scammers to come in and okay, I'll stick to English. Yeah, that has allowed some scammers or some unscrupulous people to come in and just take advantage of people. So in this module, we really walk you through all the different types of cryptocurrencies that exist out there. There's over 200 of them. And then we help you figure out, how can I tell which is a genuine cryptocurrency and which is not a genuine cryptocurrency? Yeah. And then we walk you through the different risks that you might encounter there. And then we help you be able to make decisions around, what should I be buying? What should I be holding? What should I be holding in the short term? What should I be holding in the long term? So this is module 4, regulation, risks, and regulation, risk, and opportunities of Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. So that's module 4. Kevin, maybe you can talk about module 5 before we get into the questions from the audience.
Yeah, so module 5, as I'm just going to iterate, that we basically go through regulation, the scams.
No. So module 5 is your journey to investing in cryptocurrencies. I think there was a mistake in some of the slides that was shared. So in this module 5, we have like an exercise, yeah, an exercise, a group exercise, an individual exercise, where all of us get to create like a virtual portfolio, you know. So we do like an exercise together, and all of us go about creating a portfolio of different cryptocurrency assets. So we go through the decision-making process of how do I identify what cryptocurrencies I would like in my portfolio, and then we go about deciding, how do you decide what percentage of that portfolio will have something like Bitcoin, what percentage of that portfolio will have something like Ethereum, what percentage of that will have something like Wax, you know. So this is usually a really helpful assignment, because it helps to really crystallize everything that you've learned in the first 4 modules into an actual practical portfolio that you can even go and execute in the real world. You can even go and start buying pole and investing in these cryptos. So those are the 5 modules that we usually cover over the 5 weeks. And by the 5th week, by the time we're done, you'll have all the confidence to go out there and make better decisions for yourself. Yeah. So I guess the next thing we'll do is we'll start addressing some of the questions we've been getting from you. When you guys were signing up for this event, a lot of you sent in some questions, and I have them here with me. I'm going to start going through some of those questions. And if you feel you have a pressing question or a burning question right now, you can just put it in the chat box, and Kevin will pick out some of those questions and we'll address them as we go. Right? Kevin, Cindy?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so one of the first questions we got here was someone who said, I've been a crypto investor since 2017, but I always get confused about the platforms. How do you pick out the best crypto investment platform? How do you secure your crypto? Please also explain the crypto wallets and how to use them. So these are a lot of questions, and some of them are going to be addressed in class, but I'll just pick out on this first section where you say, how do you pick out the best crypto investment platforms? Yeah, so there are a lot of platforms out there. These platforms like Paxful, yeah, which is in different African markets. There are others like Binance. There are others which only serve US markets. So when you're picking a platform, you probably want to pick a platform that allows you to exchange Kenya shillings into cryptocurrency. Yeah, you don't want to have to go through a process of exchanging your Kenya shillings into dollars and then going out there to look for an exchange that will accept your dollars. You know, right now we are very fortunate that in Kenya there are these platforms like Paxful that allow you to exchange your Kenya shillings using M-Pesa. Yeah, so on an exchange like Paxful, you can go there, you can see a list of everyone who's selling cryptocurrency. You can see how much they're selling that Bitcoin for, and you can see what payment methods they accept. Yeah, and the beauty about these platforms is they've really opened up the channels in which you can make payments. So you'll find traders there who will accept M-Pesa, traders there who will accept CBA Loop, traders out there who will accept bank, even traders out there who are willing to meet up and do cash, you know. So when you're picking a platform, one of the things you should consider is, does this platform accept Kenya shillings? Yeah. The other thing you should consider when you're deciding the best crypto investment platform, yeah, is to consider a platform that has a reputation. Yeah. So you probably want to find a crypto community around you and ask them for, like me and Kevin, you can ask us, what do you guys usually use when you want to buy some crypto, you know? And the same applies to wallets, because you also ask, how do I know which wallets to use, you know? So these wallets, Kevin and I have a lot of experience with this wallet. You can ask us, but there are also communities out there that have a lot of experience with these crypto wallets. So when it comes to platforms and wallets, you definitely want to get a platform that has a reputation. A good reputation has been used a lot of times by people, has never really ripped off anyone, you know. Yeah, so some of these questions will be addressed in the class, like explaining cryptocurrency wallets. That's something that Kevin usually covers in module 2. Kevin, maybe you can talk a bit about wallets.
Yeah. So on wallets, there's several types of wallets. Like there's what we call online Bitcoin wallets, like what I'm going to show you in the demo for the Paxful website. Then we have the mob smartphone wallets. Like you have these wallets, like you can just install in your mobile phone, like from App Store, from Play Store. And we also have wallets that are on the computer itself, on a PC, desktop. And we have the hardware wallets, which some might look like a USB, some might look like a small calculator. There's different forms of them, and I think they are more secure because they are never connected to the internet. Yeah. So that's about
okay. Yeah, thank you, Kevin. So the other question I have here with me is about the stability of cryptocurrencies compared to traditional forms of investments. Yeah. So cryptos are super volatile. I'm sure all of you know this. This is something that gets repeated often, gets repeated everywhere. You know, if you see the news, the BBC, if you see KTN, even the central bank, they'll always say these cryptocurrencies are volatile. And that's true. I mean, from 2013, crypto has gone from like $150 to 2 million Kenya shillings, you know. So this is not exactly your regular type of traditional investment, yeah. But volatility is not necessarily a bad thing, yeah. Volatility can be a good thing, especially if you know what you're doing, because it means there's a lot of gains to be made, yeah. And this is something which Kevin and I have seen over and over again over the market cycles of crypto since 2013, yeah. And traditional investments are not like this. They're a bit more stable. You guys know about shares, probably, you know about bonds, you know, and these are assets that maybe do something like 25% per year returns, you know, 15% per year. Sometimes the market could be really, yeah, it could be a depressed period, and yeah, it's like a negative 50% returns. But crypto and Bitcoin are different because they are really young projects, yeah. So if you think about someone like a baby, yeah, like a baby when he's like 5 years old, and then when a baby is like grows into a teenager, yeah, and then grows into an adult, yeah, and then grows into a middle-aged person. So right now in crypto, I believe we are somewhere around teenagehood. Yeah, so cryptocurrencies right now, it's only about 10 years old. That means it's just starting to break its voice. Yeah. So Kevin and I, after all our years in this industry, we feel that even though cryptocurrencies are volatile, there are still some cryptocurrency assets out there that have potential to grow from being a baby to a full-sized grown adult. Yeah. Maybe some of you, I notice, think that Bitcoin maybe is a bit overpriced, and that's okay, because there's a lot of assets out there besides Bitcoin. Yeah, there's Ethereum, there's EOS, there's Wax. Kevin, maybe you can mention some others that you've come across, some other cryptos.
Yeah, like my favorite has been synthetics. There's Chainlink, there's Land, which is doing some really great work in where you can deposit some cryptocurrency, say $1 million worth of crypto. So you can put 500,000 of that as deposit. Then you are given USDT. Yeah, so you are like Ethereum is held as your Ethereum investment is held as collateral. Given US dollars, you go do what you want to do and repay as you want. So it's something. There's a lot of interesting projects that are happening apart from Bitcoin. Yeah.
Absolutely, there's over 200 crypto assets out there. So if you feel Bitcoin is too expensive for you, like, don't worry, there's other projects out there. I always tell people to think about this industry and to think about cryptocurrencies as young companies. Yeah, these are really young companies that are trying to prove themselves online. Yeah, so if you pick the right ones, yeah, if you have the right strategy, if you've gone through a learning process and you're confident enough to identify which ones have potential, yeah, then you can pick several, and I promise you, you can make you can make returns. Yeah, you can make returns on those cryptocurrencies. Yeah, so yes, cryptos are volatile. They're not stable like your traditional kind of assets, but that volatility, if you tap into it the right way, it could get you gains. Yeah. Kevin, do you have a good question we could pick maybe from the chat room? So while Kevin is looking for a question, I'm gonna find one more, and then Kevin, maybe find me a good question. Yeah.
Okay, just a minute.
Okay, so I'll go to another question here that we got, which is the most secure cryptocurrency, as there are very many of them, and you cannot be sure. Please ignore Bitcoin, as the current value is not suitable for entry investment. So, yes, this is a common comment that usually comes from people who just come across cryptocurrencies, because the first thing they see is there's this thing called Bitcoin. Yeah, everybody knows about Bitcoin, but the price of Bitcoin right now is one Bitcoin is about 900,000 Kenya shillings. Yeah, and for some people that's a bit too much. You know, maybe what you have is 10,000 Kenya shillings. Maybe 5,000 Kenya shillings is as much as you're willing to risk on this kind of new investment asset. Yeah. So one thing I'd like to say is you don't have to buy a full Bitcoin. Okay. So Bitcoin can be broken down into pieces. You can buy half a Bitcoin. You can buy like a fraction of a Bitcoin. You can buy 0.001 of Bitcoin. You can buy 1,000 Kenya shillings worth of Bitcoin, right? So just because one Bitcoin is 900,000 Kenya shillings doesn't mean you've been locked out. Yeah, just like land, it can be broken down into smaller pieces. Yeah. Regarding your other question about what other alternative cryptocurrencies are there which are secure. Yeah, so Bitcoin is the most secure cryptocurrency network out there. In fact, in this industry, we say that Bitcoin is the digital gold, yeah, of the industry. So Bitcoin has really been there for the longest time. It's been there for 10 years. It continues to prove itself. every single year that it survives. And a lot of us, Kevin and I, a lot of us in the industry, we know that Bitcoin has established its place. Yeah, but there are also other projects. There are also other cryptocurrencies that have different features, yeah, and are trying to solve different problems. For example, Bitcoin Cash. Yeah, for example, Ethereum. Yeah, for example, EOS. You know, these are also other different projects that are also secure. You know, so maybe they're a bit younger. Maybe they are 2 years old. Some of them are 4 years old. They're not as old as Bitcoin. But for me, when I see that, I see an opportunity. Yeah, because it means you get a chance to get into a project at a really early stage. So the challenge really becomes a challenge of identifying which is a good project and which is not a good project. Yeah. Another thing I should mention is you're going to find that people in this industry have different opinions. Yeah. Sometimes people are very religious. Yeah, they're very touchy about the projects they have invested in. Yeah. So you can't always trust what people say. Sometimes Kevin and I, even during class, will disagree on what you think is a good project and what is not a good project. Yeah. And that is fine. So there's nothing which is assured. Yeah. But if you learn, yeah, if you come through this class, you'll be in a better position to make a better decision about what can I risk my 1%. Maybe you can decide 1% of the money I have is all I'm willing to risk into this, yeah. But you still need to decide this 1% that I want to risk into this industry, yeah. How am I going to allocate it between Bitcoin, Ethereum, Wax, and all these other cryptocurrencies, yeah. And this will come in handy, especially in module 5, where you get to construct your own portfolio, yeah. Sawa. Thank you for that question. Yeah. Kevin,
Mike, there's a good question.
You have a question?
Yeah, there's a question I want you to answer from Geoffrey, who asks,
can you unmute him? Okay. Maybe you can unmute
Geoffrey,
him and let him ask.
Okay, because it's already in chat, I can just save time.
Sawa.
So Geoffrey asks, can I start my own cryptocurrency?
Can you start your own cryptocurrency?
Yeah, Geoffrey,
Kevin,
yes,
maybe you take
can.
that.
Yeah, Geoffrey, you can. Actually, it's not so, there's no barrier to entry. You, like, for example, the easiest way to start a cryptocurrency would be to use a programming language called Solidity, and Solidity will allow you to make to use Ethereum's network to launch your own token. And then actually right now, you don't even need to, previously I remember in 2017, 2018, it was a very big deal for when you start a currency for an exchange to accept to list it. So we're going to talk about exchanges and tell you what exchanges are. So right now, when you launch a cryptocurrency using just Ethereum, you can just immediately list it in a decentralized exchange. One of them is called Uniswap. And then people would be ready to start buying it and selling it, and then providing liquidity, etc. So actually, the big problem is in getting people to believe in you, and actually for your project to be making sense. Like, for example, right now, a common trend that is happening in the industry is called DeFi, which is the Decentralized Finance, where if you have an idea of how you can build, say, for example, a product for debt, or a product that allows people to have leverage or very quick loans as long as they pay instantly, you can come and build such a product on Ethereum. Then you can have tokens, and people are buying these tokens. And if that project is doing very well, you can find the value of that of those tokens appreciating dramatically. Like this, I think this year I've watched several projects doing 300% after COVID came. That is, I mean, like from March, April, I've seen so many projects doing 300%, 400% returns already because of these new trends that are happening on Ethereum. So yes, you can start your own cryptocurrency. There's another question from Sarah Bukira. She says, sorry to ask, but educate me about cryptocurrency. I'm hearing Greek. How are they relevant to my life? Are these for capital preservation, growth, or income?
So let me take that. Yeah. For me, the way I see cryptocurrencies is just a way to diversify, like your exposure to different asset classes. Maybe you have some land somewhere that you've already invested in. Maybe you also have some shares you've invested in. Maybe you have some bonds that you have. You have your biashara somewhere. But you know what? Like all those assets that you have, they are all pegged to the economy of Kenya. So what would happen if, for example, the economy of Kenya started falling, yeah, or wasn't doing so well? Yeah, what if it was an election period and the election didn't go so well, and you had all these investments in Kenyan assets? Yeah. So for me, I always look at cryptocurrencies as a way to diversify your exposure away from the limitations of the Kenyan boundaries. Yeah. So cryptocurrency is a completely different industry. Yeah. It's not limited to how the economy of Kenya is performing. It's very global. Yeah. Sometimes you see people in China are buying up, are driving the price of crypto up. Sometimes you see people in the US are driving the price of crypto up. So it's not really pegged to one jurisdiction. This means that when you're exposed to cryptocurrency, you're sort of you're not exposed to the shocks, the ebbs and flows of the Kenyan economy. Yeah. But you're now exposed to the volatility of crypto. So it's almost as if you're tapping into a new opportunity that is decoupled from the Kenyan economy. So I think that's a good way to think about it. You can think about it as this 1% that I'm thinking about putting into cryptocurrency is me exposing myself to value, to an investment, to a new industry that's not connected to the industry of Kenya, and maybe it won't work out, because it's a risk that you're taking. But would you rather be fully invested in Kenya, or would you rather you have 1% of some of your investments in a new asset class that Kevin and I think is doing well, that Kevin and I think has a lot of potential, that is not connected to the economy of Kenya? So when you think of it like that, I think it starts making sense. Yeah. Kevin, let me take one question here that I have, which is about trading. Yeah. So someone asked, how are they traded? How are cryptocurrencies traded? Is this akin to forex trading? Yeah. So I know a lot of us have always heard about forex trading. Like forex trading is one of the hottest topics, but it's also very controversial. Yeah. So the way I'd say is forex trading is about trading in currencies of nations. Yeah, like the US dollar or the European what's it called? The euro, sorry, or the euro. Yeah, so you're really trading in currencies that belong to nations. Yeah, sometimes you're also trading commodities, physical commodities from the real world, like oil or gold or even something like soybeans or oil or soy oil. So a forex trading is really about just participating in a market where these currencies are being traded back and forth. Yeah. So cryptocurrencies are also similar in some way, because cryptocurrencies are also traded on markets. Yeah. You can trade them on markets like the same way you trade forex. In fact, some of the forex trading platforms like eToro, if you've noticed, have started adding cryptocurrency offerings. Yeah, as part of the things that you can trade on their platforms. Yeah. So in some way they are similar. Yeah. But in some ways they are also different. So for example, when you're trading forex and you're trading oil, yeah, you never get to hold that oil in your house. Like you don't buy this oil and then someone brings it to your house and then you own it and you look at it and say, I have a barrel of oil in my house that I'm trading. But Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies are different, because when you buy Bitcoin, you can own it. Yeah, it can be yours. You can own it and hold it and decide, I'm not going to let this go. until next year or next year but one, you know? So this is something that's a very new concept whereby you can hold a digital asset, yeah, and it can be yours and you control it, yeah. In fact, this is something that's really bothering a lot of the government agencies and the central banks because in this new world that we're living in, you can hold an asset like Bitcoin, you can have it in a wallet that you control and own, and no one can know that you have it, even the government, even the KRA, you know. And these institutions find this to be dangerous, you know, because it means you can hold an asset, yeah, it can go up in price, yeah, you can sell it, yeah, and the government will not know that you have this asset. They cannot take it away from you. You can have it in your phone and move across borders with it, you know. So we're living in a very interesting time because this has never happened before, being able to hold a digital asset like Bitcoin, yeah, on your phone or in a wallet or even in your head, you know, like the way you can hold an asset like Bitcoin, you just did like some words that you can hold in your head and you can cross borders with it, and you cross borders with something like maybe $100,000 worth of Bitcoin and no one will know. So this is very powerful and it's also very dangerous. And that's why you see the central banks, they're fighting it, you know, they don't like it. That's why you see the tax authorities, they don't like it. You know, this is a really big threat to them, you know. So Bitcoin and crypto, they are similar in some ways with forex trading, but they are also very different because they are new types of digital assets. Yeah. Kevin.
Yep.
I hope that helps. Do you have another question?
That helps. Let me see if there's another question. Explain to cryptocurrency as a 1-year-old, I think.
Yeah, I think I also had a question here about how do you make the most of this product as a long-term investment tool? So that's a great question. Yeah, a lot of people who come to crypto are looking for quick money. You know, they think they can come in today and say, I want to make some money and leave, you know. There's no easy money. If someone is telling you there's easy money, they're lying to you. There's probably something dodgy going on. Yeah. So the way I think about crypto as a long-term, as a medium-term investment tool is picking the right projects. Yeah. Like I said before, some of these cryptocurrencies, a lot of these cryptocurrencies, they're like early stage companies. Yeah. So it's as if someone has given you an opportunity to buy into Facebook when Facebook was just a small company in someone's garage, you know? And you can imagine how valuable Facebook is right now. Facebook is worth lots of billions of dollars. But there are people who managed to buy, yeah, some of the earliest investors who got into Facebook, yeah, they took a chance. They took a chance at this thing called Facebook. There was never any social media back then. You know, no one knew how big this could be, but they took a chance. And a lot of those people made money. So if you spend a good amount of time, like picking your assets well, yeah, identifying the right assets that have potential, then you can just buy these assets and sit on them for a while, yeah. You also need to be very careful about picking when is a good time to buy them, yeah, because you don't want to buy it when it's at the top, yeah, and everyone is talking about Bitcoin, everyone is asking about Bitcoin. You know, that's called FOMO, that's called fear of missing out. You don't want to be the person buying at the top. So right now, for example, what we're seeing in the crypto market is the market is really depressed. Yeah, the market has been in a bear market. Kevin and I are expecting lower prices in the short term. But if you ask Kevin and I outside this forum, if you meet me somewhere and you ask me, Mike, should I be buying Bitcoin? Should I be buying crypto? I'm going to tell you yes, yeah. Because 3 years from now, 4 years from now, 2 years from now, I really think, I am confident crypto is going to be, some of these cryptocurrency projects are going to be valued at a higher price than they are right now. So it's about picking the right assets. It's about picking the right time to get into these assets, yeah. And then picking your strategy. Are you someone who wants to hold it for the medium term, hold it for the long term, or are you someone who wants to trade it, to day trade it? Yeah. So it's really a personal decision, but it's definitely an opportunity for people who are looking for like long-term investments. So Kevin, maybe let's pick one last question before we dive into your demo, right?
Okay. Someone asks, do I invest in cryptocurrency for price speculations or in hope that I will use to make payments in future?
Say that again.
Simon Wawero asks, do I invest in cryptocurrency for price speculations or in the hope that I will use to make payments in future?
Okay, so that's a good question. So what I understand you're asking is whether is crypto like, are some of these cryptocurrencies, are they like assets with intrinsic value, or are they like money that you use for payments? Yeah, the truth is they are both. Yeah, so these cryptocurrencies, you can buy them and you can use them as a way to pay someone. Yeah, like for example, I've worked a lot of projects in the last 7 years where a lot of my clients were abroad. Some of them were in Estonia, some of them were in Hong Kong, some of them were in Russia, and because of the way it's very difficult to get paid in Kenya, sometimes they would pay me in Bitcoin and Ethereum. Yeah, and when I receive this Ethereum, I'll convert it into Kenya shillings. So in that way, I was using these currencies, these cryptocurrencies, as a way to get paid, as a way of completing a payment. Yeah, but the second point is these cryptocurrencies. Yeah, they also are like early stage projects. Yeah, so these cryptocurrencies, the networks that they ride on, they haven't yet discovered their full potential. Yeah, and that's why, for example, these projects, if you go back and look at these charts, you can see that something like Ethereum, like when Ethereum was starting out, it was about 30 Kenya shillings. Like one Ethereum was 30 Kenya shillings. Yeah, but right at the highest peak, yeah, one Ethereum token was 100,000 Kenya shillings. Yeah, and it's not just speculating. You know, this Ethereum is backed by a real blockchain network that is creating value for developers who want to build projects and applications on top of it. So it also has an element about it that feels a lot like shares. I don't want to call it shares because it's not shares. Yeah. So you have to be really open-minded and realize that we are in a new era. You know, if you went to 1990 and told someone that one day we'd have these things called mobile phones and we would be using these mobile phones to send and receive money, you know, you'd have looked, it would have sounded ridiculous. Yeah. So you need to have that similar mindset that this is a really new industry. This is a new technology that's emerging, and there's a lot more value that is yet to be unlocked. Yeah. So there's an element of cryptocurrencies that's about making payments and sending value across borders. But there's also an element of these cryptocurrencies that is also about discovering value of these cryptocurrency networks. Yeah. So it can be both. It can be both. Yeah. So thank you so much, Simon. Thank you so much for that question. I think if you guys want to learn more, just sign up for the class. I really think it's going to be powerful. It's going to be powerful. It's going to impact your life. It's going to change how you look at things. You know, ever since Corona, a lot of people are talking about digital currencies, and that's moving into a digital world where we spend a lot more time in the digital world. And this has been really good for cryptocurrencies. Yeah. So I think you should be signing up for this class to learn more. I'll hand over to Kevin to show you a demo, a practical demo of how to buy, send, and receive Bitcoins.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Cheers.
Guys, let me share my screen. So, can you guys see my screen? Let me put the dark, let me put the light, let me put the whitish theme. Okay, so when you want to buy Bitcoin, there's several places where you can go with your Kenya shillings in your M-Pesa wallet and buy. So paxful.com is one of our recommended exchanges to use, and we prefer if you open an account here and just test it out, even with I think with 1,000 shillings, 1,500 shillings, you can buy Bitcoin. So I'm hoping you guys can see my screen. So once I log in, I'll click here buy. I'll click on buy Bitcoin, the blue button. Then it's gonna show me the default offers that are here. You can see this person here is doing at this is Kenya shillings, this is Ghanaian shillings. So I'm going to select, for here the payment method, I'm going to select M-Pesa. There's bank transfer, there's MTN mobile money, Chipper Cash, Western Union, PayPal. There's like 300 ways of how you can pay. So you can imagine whether you are in Australia, whether you are in India, whichever place you are in the world, as long as you have internet connection, you can buy and you can sell Bitcoin. That's the beauty of it. Because if you have Kenya shillings and you go to somewhere like Pakistan, you realize how valueless your Kenya shillings are. But when you have Bitcoin, any place in the world, you can easily just get value. Yeah. So once I select on M-Pesa, I see several offers listed down here. And I saw someone in chat asking what's the price of Bitcoin right now. So this is the price, 983,646.5 Kenya shillings per Bitcoin. Remember, you can buy 1,000 shillings worth of Bitcoin, 2,000 shillings worth of Bitcoin, depending on what the sellers are willing to sell. Yeah, so here I see Michael Karaoke here says you do not meet the requirements set by the vendor. I just set this up account quickly, not my main account. So I'll go to Milton. I'll go to Milton Nojoki, and I can see this is the rate that they're selling at, and it tells me it's 6.18% higher than the 983 rate that we saw. So the extra 6% is the money that they take for profit. Yeah. So I'll come and click buy here. And then put amount. So I click 5,000, and you see it tells me you'll get 4,700 worth of Bitcoin because the seller gets 300. And I click buy now. So it tells me here you'll get 0.47. So you'll get this notification here. It's important to read what happens next. Please follow all the instructions provided by the vendor on the trade chart and complete your payment. Once you've made your payment, like you're supposed to ask the seller in the chat box, like, how do I pay you? What's your M-Pesa number? So once you've paid them, you're supposed to click, I have paid, this paid button here. Then if you mark as paid without making payment, the trade will expire and will not receive any Bitcoin. If you're no longer interested in the trade, click cancel. So I understand. So I come here on the chat box and ask them, what is your M-Pesa number? I click send. So I'm still waiting for the guy. And so here you can see his ratings. He has like 139 reputation, zero negative reputation. Last seen is 2 minutes ago. ID verified, phone verified. Okay, so he's texted me. He tells me his number is this, and his name is Milton Ojuki. I just tell him, cool. Then I go to my M-Pesa. And supposed to send him 5,000. So 0792 814 633. So 2403. So I've sent and I've gotten my confirmation message. Very important. I'm supposed to click this I have paid here. So I'm going to click I have paid. Yes, I have paid. And the beauty of this is that I cannot lose my money as long as I've sent and click I have paid. The Bitcoins that were in Milton's wallet, they move to what we call an escrow wallet. So escrow is like Paxful. Paxful is like the mediator. If me and Milton disagree, then Paxful has to come and read our messages, see the maybe my M-Pesa confirmation numbers, and since they're already familiar with Kenya and MTN, etc. Yeah, and it says the success seller has released Bitcoin to buyer's wallet. And just like that, I already have gotten the Bitcoins. And I can come and click here. I'm already done with these. I'm just going to tell him thanks for the trade. And then give him a positive feedback. And I hope he'll also give me a positive feedback because I've given him a smooth experience. So that's it. So I'm going to go to my wallet here. And I'll see that I have 0.00584024 Bitcoin. So this is the Bitcoin that I bought in these last 1 minute. And this one, I think I bought in the morning. So this is how your Bitcoin wallet, this is an example of a Bitcoin wallet in itself, since you can receive Bitcoin with this address. You see this thing that starts with 3N, blah, blah, blah. So you can give anyone in the world these. Maybe someone is remitting money to you from the diaspora. You can just give them these and they go on the other side. Maybe they use something like Cash App or even Paxful on the other side. Then they send Bitcoin to you to this address. Then you'll just come to this address and sell the Bitcoin that you have into Kenya shillings. You see, you've done it purely online. You've not gone to Western Union. You've not gone to a bank. You've just gotten money directly from your person to you and directly to M-Pesa. So I don't know if there's a question around that. So if I want to sell Bitcoin, again, I'll just come to this sell place, then select the payment method here as M-Pesa. And I'm going to find people who want to buy my Bitcoin. So I'm here. There's one person here. There's this second person here, but the selling limit, this one sells starting from 10,000 and above only. I only have around 5,000, 6,000 Bitcoin in my wallet, so I can't deal with this trader. So I go to the next trader.
Kevin,
yep.
Someone is asking whether Millicent Wambugu is asking, are there scam sellers at Paxful? When I'm buying, can I send money, then the seller fails to transfer the Bitcoin to me? So maybe you can mention that while you're walking us through the...
Okay, cool. So let me start this trade, then I answer that. So I will receive M-Pesa. I will receive, how much do I want to sell? I want to sell 6,000 worth of Bitcoin. It says I'm going to be deducted 5788 Bitcoin. This is the Bitcoin that is here. I think 1% for escrow fee will be added, etc. I'm going to click sell now. I understand the risk, proceed to sell Bitcoin. The trade cannot be started. Offer has changed since the last time you viewed it. Please recheck offer and start trade again. So the trader has changed their terms. So let's see. I don't know what has changed. Maybe the price. I think the price has changed. I understand. Yeah. I want to sell now. says my balance is too low to sell. Okay, let me try 5.5. Okay, so I'm able to sell 500. So let me tell this person, I mean, there's these instructions that they actually, your question, Millicent, if you actually just read these, that says visit the profile of scammers and report them immediately. There are a few tips that the Paxful gives you to be careful. So I tell this person to send to 0723 070 353 Kevin Kamau. That will be my name. So then I'll just wait for my M-Pesa to come and release the coins. So you can see here on this side, there's this release Bitcoin tick. So I'll only release my Bitcoin once this person sends me there, once I receive their M-Pesa. So occasionally you might find scammers, but it's very rare. Like the last time I found someone who wanted to scam me was in 2017. And I trade a lot. So it's rare because you understand these traders want to have a higher reputation because this is their job. Because when I'm coming to trade, like I say this person has 192, yeah, I'm positive I can trade with them. But if they only have a positive reputation of 1 and maybe a negative reputation here, you can see where the name is. I'm highlighting, yeah. You can see here, yeah? There's the plus and the minus. So they know that if they try to scam you, they're going to be blocked and kicked out of the Paxful system, right? So they don't want to scam you. So I'm waiting for my M-Pesa. Get Badu. Yeah, so I'm still waiting. Yeah, so you check the reputation of the seller. Then you also just stick to the simple things. Like once you say open a trade and you want to buy, once you've already sent the person the money, just click I have paid. So this just ensures that there's actual coins in Paxful's wallet. So in case this person tries to say they have not received the money, there'll be all sorts of evidence. You'll have your M-Pesa confirmation number. You can call customer care, the agents, but the Bitcoins will be safe in Paxful's escrow account. Yeah. So I'm still waiting for this person to send me. Waiting. Any other question relevant to this, Mike?
Yes, we got one question here about in the demo. So Rafael Courier is asking, in the demo, the seller has set a price higher than is prevailing. How does a seller set his or her price? Are there margins within which this price must be set? I guess Rafael is asking why the price on Paxful is different from maybe the price that he may see on Google, you know. So maybe you can talk a bit about that.
Yeah, you need to understand that these traders, I'll combine that with a question from Simon Wawero that says, hello, Kevin, who are these sellers or buyers? You need to understand that these people here are profit motivated. So they are here, they're only here providing this liquidity because they can make a profit out of it. And you understand they need these 6%, 7% of profits because when the price, imagine this seller buys Bitcoin right now at 1,037,000. Yeah. Then 3 hours from now, price of Bitcoin drops to like 940,000 Kenya shillings. So this trader is already in a loss. So if he wasn't previously selling, doing trades at a profit, then he has no way to cushion himself during this downtime, or vice versa. So supposing you're a seller and you've sold most of your coins at this current price of 1 million. Then at midnight, something happens, Trump tweets he loves Bitcoin and price jumps to 1,500,000 or 1,300,000. Then you sold your coins as a seller. You have to buy coins at a higher price to continue being in business. So it's you have to think about it like that. So I'm still waiting for this call.
Kevin, maybe while you're waiting, there's another question here that I think it's important for everyone. Yeah. So James Mutero is asking, what happens if you send M-Pesa and the person refuses to release Bitcoin? So maybe you can talk about the escrow feature and how the buyer and the seller always have control. Yeah. So
if you remember here, when I was starting, I had 0.0. When you go here at the top, I had 0.005, if you can remember, 5 something Bitcoin. So immediately I opened this trade. The amount of Bitcoin that I want to sell is already deducted in my wallet. It's now in the escrows wallet, which is a Paxful's wallet. So I've received money from this seller. So I'm just going to release Bitcoin. I'm releasing Bitcoin because I've confirmed I've received money. So the trader cannot refuse with the Bitcoins because they are in the escrow wallet. And now after some time, if the trade has not completed, if you feel you have been scammed, you open a dispute and say, hey, I was buying these coins and I've already sent this guy money, but he has not released them. Then the moderator will come and asks you, hey, where's your evidence? Like that, where did you do these? And then they'll just evaluate and know who is right. And if they find that you actually sent money to this person, to the payment method that this person said, then they're going to release those coins to you. Simple. Yeah. So I've already sold the Bitcoin. So this was a demo mainly of showing you how you can buy and sell. So I see a question like in this demo trade, have you made a profit, or you don't necessarily sell for profit? Right now, I can say I've made a small loss. I've made a small loss because there's something called spread. There's something called spread. Like if you go to your bank right now and you buy $1,000 and you buy $1,000 and then immediately you want to sell those $1,000, you're gonna make a loss because the bank has this spread. So maybe I'd have waited, and if Bitcoin goes higher in price, that's the only way I would have made a profit. But if you're buying and selling immediately, they'll always be the buy sell difference, which is called spread. Yeah.
Kevin, do you have time for one more question, or there's someone here who's asking? So this is Monica.
Yeah.
And she's asking. Simon, sorry, Simon Oweru is asking. He says, thank you, Kevin, for your response. And then he asks, how do you become a vendor? How do you become a vendor?
You can start immediately, maybe with around 10,000. It would be some good liquidity to start here and buy. You can buy, maybe you can be, supposing you have 10,000, you can keep 5,000 in Kenya shillings, 5,000 in Bitcoin here, and you're always being ready. You always have Bitcoins to sell, so that if people want to buy, they'll open trades to you. You don't need to ask anyone for permission. You can just actually start it tonight. Yeah. And then there's a question that I maybe hope Modibe from Paxful can answer after my session, which is from Facebook. Why is Paxful having high cases of banning accounts and holding their coins of late? I think I let that one for Modibe to answer in the.
Yeah, Modibe will answer right after this.
Yeah, I think I'm done. I'm done with that. The other questions will be answered if we have time after Modibe.
Thank you so much, Kevin, for that great demo and answering all our questions. I think we should move now to Modibe from Paxful. And yeah, Modibe, maybe you can answer some of the questions that have come up on the chat about Paxful. Thank you so much, Kevin.
Thank you.
Modibe, are you with us? Hello, Modibe.
Hi, can you hear me, Michael?
Yes, the floor is yours.
All right, thank you very much. Before I say a few words, let me quickly address the matter of banned accounts. You know, Paxful is a marketplace, meaning that we do not control who comes on our platform, but we have zero tolerance to people who intentionally abuse our terms of service. So Kevin Kamau was doing a demonstration. Suppose something had happened whereby the the seller tried to cheat Kevin. That's a direct violation of our terms of service, and something like that cannot be tolerated. So we have zero tolerance for bad actors on the platform. And to make a stat that is out there, over 99% of our trades are completed successfully. So there's only less than 1% of the trades which go into dispute, which is where certain accounts are banned when we find direct violation of our terms of service. So usually you see people on social media making noise that the accounts are banned, but what you should realize is that we've got over 4 million users. If we're intentionally banning accounts, I mean, everyone would be literally on the street saying that we're banning accounts. But there's just a few people who are banned for victimizing our users. We have a lot of users. Some are new, some are experienced, and we have bad actors who are trying to take advantage of that. Hence, I will see some of them banned. I don't think there's anyone who is banned without doing anything wrong who can come forward. If there's such an incident, I mean, I'd like to take a look and see what we might have done wrong. But all of the accounts which are banned, it's because we find a direct violation of our terms of service. It could be, trying to sell a card that has been used, or saying the person has not paid them. Meanwhile, there's evidence showing that they've been paid, and they can't prove that they did not get paid on the details which they provided in the chat. That's directly showing that a person is trying to scam the innocent users. So please take note of that. There's a couple of them on social media making noise saying their accounts are banned, their coins are held. That's because we're trying to protect the marketplace and make it fair and safe for everyone. We still have so many lives to touch, and we cannot really tolerate any bad actors trying to tarnish the good name of peer-to-peer trading, which we've seen empower many people in Africa. So I hope that clearly answers the question asked in the chat from Facebook as to why we have certain accounts banned. Yes. So once again, thank you for the opportunity to Crypto Baraza and Centonomy and the blockchain associations which were involved since yesterday. If there's more questions, I'd be happy to. Michael?
Yeah, there's some questions for you here.
All right, okay, let's take a look.
From Facebook. Someone asks, I think there's like 3 questions. One is, are there other platforms apart from Paxful? Then the question is, where can I find a list of Bitcoin sellers? And what makes Paxful different or better than the others? Yeah. So question 1 is, are there other platforms apart from Paxful, and are they better? How is Paxful better than them? And then, can I find a list of Bitcoin sellers?
Okay, so yes, there's plenty of platforms out there. And in our space, we are the best. And what makes us the best is we are a community-centric company, meaning that how we treat each other as employees is reflected in how we do things with our communities, people we don't know, people we've not met, but we treat everyone as a colleague of ours. And that is seen by the community that we've built over Africa and other regions. We've got a whole lot of Telegram groups in each country, which are used as a way to communicate with our users, collect feedback, and listen to what they want to say. But most importantly, we have any kind of payment method that you can think of for buying Bitcoin, starting from bank transfer, mobile money, online wallets. And lately, you can buy and sell Bitcoins with gold on Paxful. I mean, I can't think of any other platform that offers such options for one to buy and sell Bitcoin from anywhere in the world. And I've seen that Kevin has been doing trades with guys in Kenya. But the good thing is that you can trade with literally anyone in the world. And to see the list of vendors who are selling Bitcoin, as it's shown you, create an account and then hop onto the platform, go onto the buy section, and you see a whole list of people who are selling Bitcoins. And to make it even better, if you want to trade with people in, let's say in South Africa, you're in Kenya, we'll just choose the payment method that is applicable, something like cheaper cash, which I can accept right now. And you'll open a trade with the particular person. If it's PayPal, you can simply select the offer for PayPal, filter it down, and then select the country as well, and even how much you want to buy. If you're going to buy for, let's say, $10 or 1,000 shilling, you can filter it down to that level as well. And I mean, our platform is beautiful as well. That makes us very good as well. What was the other question, Kevin?
Can you see a list of all Bitcoin sellers?
Yes, so you can see the list of all Bitcoin sellers on the platform. Once you're on the platform, click on buy Bitcoin, and then you'll see all people who are selling Bitcoin. And as you've shown, if you've got Bitcoins and you want to cash them out, you just go to the sellers option, click on sell, which is basically to spend your Bitcoin. And then you'll see everyone who is looking for Bitcoins, and they've got your preferred payment method, and they'll give you money in that way. It could be gift card, could be bank transfer, online order like cheaper cash, it could be M-Pesa, it could be FNB e-wallet, or it could be gold in this case, because we do offer that option as well, depending on what you want to do. So the list is available on the platform. And one important thing is what Kevin has shown, briefly look at how the person has performed in the past trades, and make a decision based on that. Obviously, if a person has got more negative feedback, you definitely will not want to buy bananas which are not in a fresh state on the street. It's a similar thing. So if the person doesn't look good, move on and buy from the other person. And do not, this is just my advice. Don't ever give anyone control over your finances, like giving someone money to say invest for me and all of those. Hence, we have people like Crypto Barras and Centonomy. Do we have another question, Kevin?
No other questions. Okay, someone asks which other cryptocurrencies are available for trading apart from Bitcoin. So I think for Paxful, I think we only have Bitcoin at the moment.
Well, actually, so we only have Bitcoin as the crypto that we host, but you can use other cryptocurrencies as a payment method, or sell Bitcoin and accept them as get paid through them. Could be XRP, could be Ethereum, could be Dash, could be Monero. Literally, a whole bunch of cryptocurrencies can be used on our platform. Simply that we host Bitcoin, and the other ones are applicable as a form of payment method. And I've seen another question about, can you do arbitrage on Paxful? Which I think you guys cover extensively in the course.
I think the rest of the questions, guys, are gonna have to sign up for the class. If we try and answer all questions, we'll be here till tomorrow. Modibe, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you, Paxful, for supporting this program. Thank you for sponsoring this event. I see you guys are growing every week, every year. So it's nice that we have a platform where we can buy Bitcoin with our local currencies. I think that's powerful.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if I can just express our gratitude for being part of the session. We are quite excited to be here and to support the session. I mean, Crypto Barras and Centonomy, along with the other blockchain associations which were here from yesterday, are doing a great job, and we are honored to be part of this. And one important thing for us is that Africa has taught us so much about Bitcoin compared to any other part of the world. And that's because in Africa, Bitcoin is used as a way of transmitting value as compared to speculation, which it's not wrong, but just saying that in Africa, people are using cryptocurrency for things such as payment, cross-border payments, remittance, and a few other store of value, as Mike has said earlier on, but you'll definitely get more of this in the making sense of Bitcoin course, which is offered by Centonomy and Crypto Baraza. And going forward, we are quite excited to join hands with these trailblazers in the field, and we look forward to doing more of this with the East Africa region, and definitely join the guys on the making sense of Bitcoin course and learn more about this. And then from there, you can go out there, fly, knowing that you've got the right education about Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. And with that, you can literally do anything without any fear or worrying about getting scammed or making the terrible decisions. So we applaud you guys for the great initiative, and shout, if there's anything that you need, let us know. We are here. Africa is our home, and we love Africa. We love Kenya, and thank you very much.
Okay, Maureen, maybe we can close the session off and then we can share with everyone how they can sign up for the class.
Oh, yeah? Yeah. Thank you so much, Michael. This has been a very amazing session. Quite a number of insights there, just how you can do it. And one of the things I want to say is at Centonomy, we teach about wealth creation. And of course, cryptocurrency is one of the investment portfolios or opportunities that are available. And what do we say about investments? You need to get the right information. And I cannot emphasize more of that. And I'm very sure Waithaka mentioned the same, that we seek to share the right information. Because if you have the right information, who is going to scam you? Yeah. So looking at what we take you through when you sign up for the program, we'll take you through introduction to Bitcoin, altcoin, and digital assets. I saw a number of questions asking what's the difference between Bitcoin, altcoin, and digital assets. And just sign up for class, you'll be able to get that also. Module 2, we look at introduction to exchanges, marketplaces, and wallet. Buy and sell cryptocurrency. We have just been shown, a small demo, yeah? So, and choose a wallet based on your needs, store, transact with cryptocurrency securely. Then module 3, altcoins and digital currencies. My goodness, this is a very amazing. You just get to examine and explain how different cryptocurrencies emerge. You differentiate. Hey, I told you about the tongue. Yeah? Differentiate the different types of cryptocurrencies. Examine how different cryptocurrencies derive their value. Then we go to the fourth module. Kindly, let's just roll over the screen. Thank you. And look at opportunities in the cryptocurrency ecosystem that was mentioned. So discover opportunities that exist in crypto. Yeah. Identify a role you could play to contribute to the growth of Bitcoin and cryptocurrency ecosystem, e.g. trader, investor, miner, developer. I saw somebody asking about the difference. What are the opportunities? What is the difference in, I think they wanted you guys to just tell more about mining and sign up for class. Then we have module 5, regulations, scams, and personal growth. Remember, we have said that we're going to be sharing with all of you who participated a guide on, a scam guide, so that you ensure that you're free from being scammed, because guys are all over looking for ways of scamming you guys. But I love the fact that we have partnered with these great, amazing guys. I'm calling them the real G's because they have the right information. So come to class, and I'm just about to share with you the cost for signing up. Of course, registration fee goes for 1,000 shillings. If you're not in Kenya, you'll sign up for $10. So this is what we have. There's actually a discount. Then this is how the classes go. We start on the 31st of July. Please put that in your calendar. It is one class per week. Why one class per week? It's just for us to give you that opportunity to digest and just understand more, and then put what you have learned into practice. So the classes that take place on Fridays from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. The cost was 25,000 shillings or $250, but it has gone down to $200. That is 20,000 Kenyan shillings. So $200 and you sign up for class. Yeah. So registration is 1,000 Kenyan shillings or $10. So the tuition fee is $200 or 20,000 shillings. So I have I just want to share with you testimonials of guys who've taken up the class. Look at this amazing lady called Maureen Jerry, my namesake. I enrolled for the cryptocurrency program to learn, just a second, to learn about digital currency and the value of different cryptocurrencies since the times have really changed. I remember this is a very amazing opportunity for young people and even for guys who are older in age, people like us who are a little bit advanced in age, but we are still young at heart, and of course we want to create wealth. Yes, times have changed. The highlight of this course is that you can start small. The idea is starting small and then grow. The tutors were friendly, they made it practical and gave assignments. I love the practicability of this particular program. So you don't just come and get bombarded with information, but you're taken through step-by-step process to ensure that you understand how the process works, because it's very practical. The e-learning course was set out well, simplified, and you can study at home. I highly recommend it to anyone who wants to learn about cryptocurrency. Thank you, Centonomy. Thank you, Maureen. And I know wherever you are, you're listening, and thank you for sharing your testimony. Then we have Ted Miano. I took the cryptocurrency course because I wanted to learn more about the cryptocurrency world. I like the fact that he's putting it as a world because you need to get the right information, guys, right information. The highlight of the course for me was the first lesson where we covered the foundations of crypto and how to trade. I love the online setup. I have used the knowledge to read more about the topic. I will definitely recommend it to a friend, family, boyfriend, girlfriend, hello, spouses, couples, come on, sign up for the program. Then we have Rachel Ambassa. My motivation to join the program was to understand cryptocurrencies. That is the biggest reason why people need to sign up. Just understanding, understanding cryptocurrency and take up opportunities in the cryptocurrency space. The online setup was interactive. So remember, guys, we are online. It's not about physical classes. We are online. So that means if you're listening to us from Facebook, whether you're in South Africa, or in the room right now, if you're from Nigeria, Ghana, wherever you are, you can sign up for the class. So it is quite interactive. My highlight for this program was practical. They simplified, demystified crypto buying and trading. I was able to buy cryptocurrencies, trade margins, and come up with a crypto investment plan for the next 2 years. Guys, one of the things that we keep on insisting at Centonomy is that you must have a financial plan. And what a better way to do it than just getting the right information about cryptocurrency. And then she ends by saying, I even joined the cryptocurrency network. Thank you, Centonomy. Thank you, Michael. Thank you, Kevin, for such an amazing job, because you guys are impacting lives. And Centonomy had, of course, we did our background research, just to understand what cryptocurrency was, and we needed to partner with the right people. So you are in the right hands. Remember, registration is just 1,000 shillings. You can even start registering today. And then for guys who missed out, who attended yesterday or who never managed to attend yesterday, but you're here today and you want to get the highlights, we shall be sharing that with you. And we'll also share the spam guide. So remember, class once per week for just 5 weeks. Invest, that is 4,000 per week, 4,000 per week. So you can start sending the money now. It's about sending, the small bits, work your success backwards, and you'll be able to achieve that. Otherwise, Michael, Kevin, Pax, Pax Life, guys, I'm unable to pronounce his name very well. Is it Modibo? We have a Modibo in Africa. Yes, come again, please. Yes, Modibe. Yeah, that is. Thank you, Modibe. I'm learning. So as Modibe, thank you guys. As Modibe had mentioned, they're just here to share with you why Paxful is the right platform to do business with. And I'm very sure Kevin and Michael have already tested, because they will not be selling to us something that we do not understand. And of course, Centonomy is a brand to be reckon, because we help you create wealth and understand the processes of how you can do that. So guys, sign up. You can call Sylvia Ngahu, who is the program manager. She'll assist you. Kindly, Sylvia, you can just share your email address and put your number there so that we can start reaching out to you. Guys, we hope to see you in class. Let's create wealth. And what a better way to create wealth, a better time than during this time when guys are wondering where are the opportunities. We have already presented the opportunity before you guys. So it's up to you to take it or leave it. Thank you so much, Michael. Thank you so much, Modibe and Kevin and everybody who's working behind the scenes. We do appreciate you guys. Asanteni sana.